A young Bill Clinton photographs Bridget Marks during a 1993 session. A champagne inspector wears protective gear against bursting bottles in 1933. Thousands of oil derricks crowd Signal Hill, California in 1937. Navajo student Tom Torlino, before and after 3 years at Carlisle School. Rail bicycles let riders travel directly along Michigan tracks in 1910. Actress Raquel Welch arrives at an event during the 1970s. A college athlete prepares to leap across 6 classmates in 1952. British children practice swimming on ropes beside the Thames in the 1920s. Would you have trusted this training method? Daredevils. Gladys Roy and Ivan Unger play tennis atop a flying aircraft. 10,000 sailors form a living American flag in Illinois, 1917. Linda Carter poses as Wonder Woman during the 1970s television series. A protester confronts Ronald Reagan during his 1966 California campaign. Sudanese pupils attend an outdoor lesson in 1954. A wider view reveals how Marilyn Monroe's famous 1954 subway grate photo was made. Nicholas II and relatives playfully recreate a human train in 1899. Strongwoman LaVerie Bailey, known as Charmian, poses around 1901. Would this stage act still impress a modern audience? Arachnodactyly gives the people in this portrait unusually long fingers. Skiers descend the fearsome Corbet's Couloir around 1990. Two lumberjacks pose beside a gigantic American tree around 1915. Two women share a motorcycle and bicycle ride in Italy, 1985. Cher channels Elvis Presley for a playful photo shoot in the 1990s. A circus elephant balances delicately on its front legs in the 1920s. Polish wrestlers Adam Sanderski and Jan Filandis then and decades later. A sharply dressed Chicago group heads to church in the 1940s. Which outfit stands out most to you? Sharon Tate and Barbara Boucher relax at London's Playboy Club in 1966. An American soldier tests the imposing Brewster body shield in 1917. Thirteen-year-old Dolly Parton shortly before her 1959 Grand Ole Opry debut. In 1964, engineer Karen Leadley works among General Dynamics analog computers. Strongman Ben Darwin moves a 7-seat car using only his hair in 1925. An early automobile radio uses a large rooftop aerial around 1919. "22 students squeeze into a single telephone booth in 1959. Dazzle camouflage makes a Swedish Navy ship resemble a rocky island in 1942. Did the camouflage fool you at first glance? Prince Charles and Princess Diana vacation in the Bahamas in 1982. London police test a net device for catching fleeing suspects in 1969. Inside the cramped forward torpedo room of German submarine UB-110, 1918. Mike Tyson reacts to the camera at a 1988 party. Women choose dance partners at a formal ladies' invitation event around 1900. Earl Leaf photographs Marilyn Monroe in a quiet 1950 portrait. Kirk Douglas signs an autograph for a fan in Venice, 1953. Workers assembled the Statue of Liberty in Paris in 1882. Could you imagine assembling this landmark inside a Paris workshop? Tuberculosis patients rest outdoors beside the Thames in 1936. A heavy crane raises Stonehenge stones during 1950s restoration. Prince Charles dances at a celebration in Rio de Janeiro in 1978. Jennifer Lopez poses outdoors during the 1990s. Cher enjoys a trackside event during the 1970s. Strong woman Katie Sanduina balances her sister aloft around 1900. Iranian shepherds wear traditional felted wool capes in the 1950s. Vesna Vulovic survived a devastating airliner breakup and fall in 1972. What survival story has amazed you most? Telephone operators offer turn-by-turn navigation help in 1963. Diana Ross finishes a rib with unmistakable style in the 1980s. Fidel Castro and Che Guevara are photographed in a Mexico City jail in 1956. Exhausted couples cling together during a Chicago dance marathon around 1930. Parisian Lido dancers warm up backstage before a 1950 performance. Loda Cheek, winner of a 1922 New York beauty contest. Miss World finalists represent 9 nations in 1986. Competitors launch sledges from a towering ramp in London, 1933. Would you have tried this icy stunt? Belgrade's zoo director negotiates with an escaped chimpanzee in 1988. Britain's women swimmers pose after Olympic gold in Stockholm, 1912. Blindfolded high above Manhattan, a worker balances on a steel girder in 1933. Visitors cross a spectacularly frozen Niagara Falls in 1883. Young Olaf Scholz joins an anti-NATO demonstration in 1982. Stonehenge workers re-erect a massive trilithon during 1920 restoration work. A woman seeks an autograph from a Titanic survivor in April 1912. Sophia Loren poses for a studio portrait around 1955. Which 1950s screen icon had the greatest style? A 1961 air-conditioned suit was designed for work near radioactive material. Before politics, Ronald Reagan models for an art class in 1940. Marks and Spencer researchers test the strength of nylon stockings in 1955. Austrian actress Sybil Danning appears in an elaborate costume. Bill Gates, after protesters hit him with a cream pie in Brussels, 1998. Venice workers drain and scrub one of the city's famous canals in 1956. A 1957 vending machine sells live fishing worms around the clock. Performer Miss Zorita takes her snake for a walk in the 1940s. Would you have crossed the street to avoid them? Arnold Schwarzenegger lifts bodybuilder Lisa Lyon in 1979. A Northumbrian miner pauses for his evening meal in 1937. The original Charlie's Angels posed together in 1976. The airship USS Los Angeles descends toward USS Saratoga in January 1928. Military Academy student Donald Trump poses with his parents in 1963. 48 Jordanian couples await a mass wedding ceremony in Amman, 1999. A curious 1898 advertisement promotes Gay-Ola as an improved cola. USS Langley, America's first aircraft carrier, sails in 1928. Which historic ship should appear in the next compilation? 50,000 misplaced books overwhelm Ohio's Lorain Public Library in 1971. Jesse Owens stands atop the podium after victory at the 1936 Berlin Games. High diver Beatrice Kyle poses beside her specialized diving apparatus in 1924. Guillaume Duchenne experiments with electrically stimulated facial expressions around 1870. A teenage Emmanuel Macron appears beside his future wife, Brigitte. Crashed aircraft become makeshift homes amid Stalingrad's ruins in 1943. Adidas founder Adolf Dassler fits spikes to football boots in 1954. Italian schoolchildren cross a river by pulley near Modena in 1959. Would you make this journey to school every day? A portrait of the Native American man known as Lazy Dog around 1900. Model Betty Brosmer climbs a tree for a 1950s photograph. Barnum and Bailey circus performers gather for a huge 1924 portrait. A Copenhagen relocation sale covers an entire shopfront with clothing in 1936. Campers perch atop a giant fallen sequoia in California in 1917. Contestants line up for America's first national beauty pageant in 1921. Mermaids pose on the outdoor set of the 1924 film Peter Pan. Two teenagers stop during a date in the 1950s. What detail makes this date feel most different from today? Acrobats build an extraordinary human tower in 1908. An Italian officer finds a beachgoer for wearing a bikini in 1957. A Vietnamese shoeshine boy works beside an American soldier in Saigon, 1968. Vancouver swimmers pose improbably with a prize bowl in 1927. Albert Einstein examines a letter beside his sister Maya in New York, 1939. A giant kite lifts a young girl off the ground in 1934. Native American leaders visit the White House during the 1924 citizenship debate. 17-year-old Bryn Owen displays his Vespa covered in mirrors and lights, 1983. How many mirrors would be too many for you? American women skate to work to conserve gasoline in the 1940s. Workers assemble Sears Roebuck catalogs on a crowded 1942 production line. Carrie Fisher hides inside trash cans on the Star Wars backlot in 1976. Arnold Schwarzenegger strikes a pose at New York's Whitney Museum in 1976. Swedish high jumper Gunhild Larking rests during the 1956 Olympics. A fan captures an early snapshot with Elvis Presley in the 1960s. Andre the Giant towers over fellow wrestlers in a promotional photograph. A 3-year-old gently kisses a puppy in 1950. What is the earliest pet photo in your family? X-rays compare an ordinary cervical spine with a Cayenne woman's elongated neck. A makeup artist builds practical effects for Terminator 2 in 1990. A dentist performs treatment in a patient's home during the 1920s. Munchkin performers arrive at MGM Studios for The Wizard of Oz in 1938. A California teacher explains surfing physics to students in 1970. New York children turn a building facade into a playground in 1940. A homemade Batman costume appears in a 1930 portrait. A startled photographer is knocked back by an angry kangaroo in the 1960s. Would you keep taking pictures or run?